So Cole pretty much had free reign of the lodge by himself at 16 years old.
Pretty much.
There was a few nights that I got a little out of control. I was like, okay, this
Like,
is probably a
you,
little.
you didn't even know half the people there.
Yeah, I was. They were like, people would tell me they drove an hour and a half, 2 hours to come. I was like, whoa.
On social media.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, it would get posted on Snapchat stories. I'd be like, just people would show up, start posting it. Next thing you know, like random people would show up.
Yeah. The worst was when it was really bad was that big party you had. And do you remember what all happened? What all got tore up that night?
You mean the kid that drove the golf cart into the pond,
Yes.
then hopped in one of our tractors to try and pull the golf cart out of the pond, but by getting in one of our tractors, wrecked it into a grain trailer, totaled the grain trailer, and then wrecked the tractor after that.
Yeah, it was very bad.
Hey, y'all, welcome to Meet the McBees. Today, we're going to be recapping the last episode of the McBee Dynasty, really the entire season of the McBee Dynasty, because we have Mrs. Tessa Lawler in the studio today. We're so excited to have Tessa, who we consider our second mom. Y'all have seen Tessa all over the episodes, a lot more this season, and fingers crossed she'll be on a lot more of each episode in future seasons to come. So saddle up, y'all. Let's get down and dirty with it. All right, before we dive into the episodes, I have to be honest. Today's a rough one for me, Tess.
I'm sorry, honey.
I think I need a little bit of a pick-me-up, and you're probably the best person I know at pick-me-ups.
I'll try.
Positive attitudes.
Yes, a man thinketh, so is he.
Hey, we have called you the full-time farm therapist for years now. You have always helped people. Whenever you were running fuel to everyone in the tractors, you knew about all the problems they were having, and you would be there to pick them up, give them advice, slap them on the back, and leave them with a smile on their face.
Every day, just like your daddy.
That's right. I need that today.
And Cole being over here.
And Cole, I bet Cole has some mood swings in the tractor. Do you ever have to help Cole out?
Yes. We've had a lot of tractor talks, ain't we, honey?
Yeah, too many.
Yep.
Too many.
So we had, we make a lot of snack sticks at the meat facility. Obviously, Tessa knows this. Tessa works, for those of you that don't know, so as we've worked to downsize our row crop operation, we no longer need a full-time fuel gal. Tessa has hung up the fuel gal vest.
And my spurs.
Yep, and her spurs. I know she's a little disappointed about that. She loved running fuel out to the guys, but we've downsized, so we don't have as much acreage, and we're not spread across the entire state of North Missouri, or the entire region of North Missouri, and Iowa.
Right.
Yeah, so now the guys are able to take their own fuel. So Tessa moved to the meat facility. So if you stop into Lamoni, Iowa, at McBee Meat Company, right off exit 4 on I-35, and you stop into the front retail store, you're going to be helped out by the wonderful Miss Tessa Lawler. So Tessa's up at the meat facility. Friday, we're making meat sticks in the back. Like, we slang some meat sticks.
Oh, yeah.
We make a lot.
A lot.
To the tune of like 40, 50,000 meat sticks a day.
Yes.
And we had a piece, and this is to no fault of anyone in the facility, like, could not have foreseen this coming. There's a piece in the grinder that had a metal wear plate, and just over time, metal degrades.
Yeah.
And this stainless steel part broke off. And we don't know when.
No.
We have no idea when. We know it was Friday, but we have no idea when it happened. And in a normal situation like that, there's a few different possibilities you could go through. I mean, there's a lot of meat facilities. We have a metal detector. Like, this is a fairly common occurrence in meat facilities. So everyone has a metal detector in the facility. All of the product, you wand the metal detector over, or you have it built onto your packaging machine so you can see if there's any metal fragments. Like this, I know it sounds weird, but this is actually a very common occurrence in production facilities. So you have a couple options here. You can wand over everything, look for the piece of metal. Obviously, you have to notify the USDA. You have to say, hey, we found the piece of metal. Like, here's how it fit back into the plate. We found 100% of all fragments, everything like that. To me, that is not a game I want to play. That is not a product I want to put out to the world. So even knowing that we could have found, and it was a fairly large metal piece of plate that had broken off, so we easily could have found it and said, hey, this is the adulterated product. Like, we're good now. We found it. We fit it back in the plate. We know there's 100% of the fragments. We just said, hey, we're going to do the right thing here, and we're going to toss the entirety of today's run. Every single bit of meat we worked, like 6,000 pounds to 7,000 pounds worth of meat is going right into the dumpster, because we would rather have our reputation upheld than risk sending out product that may end up being a recall or you may have issues with. Like, that's just not something I want to do. But my goodness, can I tell you this? Sometimes doing the right thing freaking hurts.
Sucks. But think about it. Think about it this way, honey. This is actually the glass half full.
Let's hear it.
Because listen, had they not caught it, had it went out, look how much more money it would have cost you in a recall.
I know, that is true.
Think about that. What if it got lodged in somebody's
safety
throat?
concern. That's what I kept thinking in my head. I was like, we will not do this. Like,
no.
That's $40,000 to $50,000 just gone. Like, literally sitting in the dumpster behind our meat facility right now. 40 to 50,000. Candidly, we don't freaking have.
No, we do not.
I think we should, give it to the homeless.
I mean, the concept's good,
but
there's a piece
of metal.
What we just said, there's a safety concern.
But would they be? I mean, I think they would take the risk for story word, don't you think?
I'm sure they would, but there's just like a level of like moral compass here that is not allowing me to send that product out.
No.
So we just said 40 to 50 grand in the dumpster.
Yeah.
We'll just eat it, and we'll have to figure out a way to.
You have to work a Saturday and a Sunday. Make some more meat sticks.
It's going to be a lot of Saturdays.
Yeah. No, you guys already are. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, now we're going to make up. It's going to take months to make up 40 to 50,000 in lost money. So,
but think if it went the other way, not catching it. I mean, you know the world that we live in, boys.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the legality, people will sue you. And
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
even if they broke a tooth, who knows what that would have cost?
It was not a hard decision. Like, there wasn't even a thought in my mind that thought about, okay, we find that metal piece, we send out the rest. Not even a question.
No,
like,
absolutely
that
not.
entire day's run is ruined. It just, it's a pretty good kick in the nuts. I just found out about Monday. So today's Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. It was from Friday's run. So Friday's entire run ruined. We got in there Monday, and it was just like, hey, Steven, 9 a.m., you just lost $50,000 that you don't have. How do you feel? I was like, great. Thank you. What a Monday.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does
suck. Not a good Monday.
No.
Nope, not at all.
I tell you, some days you think there's gremlins up there because, I mean, you can't make some of the stuff up that happens up there. But you know what you do, what don't kill you makes you stronger, and you pull yourself up by the bootstraps and you go on.
That's the daily life motto I've told myself for the last 5 years.
But I do
feel like the long-term game here.
Yeah.
And by God, I'm knocking on this wood, hoping it comes true. And that was a little aggressive. If you can tell, I am like in.
He's got a lot of aggression.
I am not happy. Karma, hopefully, like, God sees that the right decision was made there, and like, we get rewarded sometime. Like, please, like, hopefully in the next year, like, not like 10, 15 years down the road. Like, please.
Well, I think,
I think we need one.
I
we
think
could use a W.
I think we're due for a lot of good things to come down the pike because, I mean, that's a lot of, this is something I really want to say. A lot of people don't know. They think they know you or they watch you on TV, but they don't know how giving and kind-hearted, how you guys are like, big humanitarians where you do give back. Yeah. You do. I mean, I think about all the years with you boys and all the different things that you guys just did, as far as, kids in the outdoors and, how you guys were with the little children and how you are good about helping people. Your whole family's been that way. Not just your mama. Your mama's a giving woman. I love your mama.
Yeah, mom's the best.
Your daddy, too, over the years. Your grandfather, your mama's daddy was that way, And, there a lot of times we are tested and we are tried, but it makes us better people. I mean, it's building your character. You're going to be a better businessman. And you know what? Every problem that you face today build something in you, I can promise, and it gives you faith to get through the next thing.
I like that.
It really does.
That's good advice, Tess.
That is.
I feel like at this point,
solid.
Our entire backs are made of scar tissue from all the lashings we have taken.
Yeah.
But I agree. Okay, I got my vent session out.
But
Tessa,
here's the thing:
you're
is
right.
like we're I don't want to sound like cocky when I say this at all. I'm just saying this is not bragging because we're honestly dumb for probably doing this, but the amount of different things we have tried and done and accomplished, yeah, we have accomplished so much, but there's one thing that went wrong. We talk about it openly.
Yeah.
We there's a lot that we have done and got accomplished. There's a lot that we do good. Like, I mean, look at everything that we've built.
No,
and
we have the track record. Like
just because we have one mess up, what we did, like, I mean, how much we've built it's insane. I mean, you look around and see what we've built in the last 10 years, decade.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Pretty wild. I mean, we put our head down. We just worked, and that's all we've done.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And it's shown now.
My favorite quote of all time is "The man in the arena," and
that's a good one.
Essentially, to sum it up, it is better to be the man in the middle of the arena.
You dang right.
Covered in blood, sweat, and tears from putting it all on the line.
You betcha.
Than to be someone sitting on the sidelines talking crap about the person that's out there giving it their all.
Nope.
Exactly.
It's better to try and fail than to sit on the sidelines and always wonder what if and play the game of I'm just going to talk crap on the person that's actually trying.
That's what I love. I love the 50-year-olds on Facebook. I'm like, dude, like, you really are gonna talk so much crap on us. We're in our 20s. We're starting new businesses. We're working our butts off every day, and you haven't done a thing in your life at all. But
exactly, and how you kids have grown. I can remember what I was thinking last night about. There's so many stories I could tell about you boys growing up and stuff, and the moments that made me proud. Okay, so here's a moment with Steven. Do you remember the time? Back in the day, I mean, the boys, they run everything, all the different equipment. And there was this old truck. Remember the old water truck?
Oh, yeah.
And I was following you, and you was grinding them gears.
The one he burned the clutch out on? Is that what you're talking about?
It's better to try and fail than it is to not try.
Exactly. And he goes, oh, Tess. He goes, oh, dang it, I'm so sorry. And what I tell you, I said, honey, this is how you learn.
That's right.
It's trial and error.
Hey,
listen.
my dad did not say that.
Well,
hey, but
he's a little
full circle moment. I may have burnt the clutch out of that old truck, but pull out your driver's license right now.
Guys, I know
pull out your driver's license.
No, here's what's funny.
Yeah, I know what you got.
What does that read? Right there.
It's
right
a
there
CDL.
That's a CDL.
I drove us there and back in the.
But guess who passed the test?
Because you passed
That's a CDL.
The guy knew I was like, how old was I? How old do you have to be to get a CDL? Is it 21 or is it 18? I was young.
21, isn't it?
I think it's 21.
Yeah, it was right when I turned 21 then. Because we went like the day I could take it.
It was the day before I left for Joe Millionaire.
It was,
The day before.
And we went out here, and Steven got a 5-minute walkthrough. He gave you like the shortest walkthrough.
Because I knew every answer.
He gave me a 45-minute walkthrough around this truck, asked me every single question, and told me I knew everything. He just said I didn't use the right verbiage. I'm like, I never used the right verbiage. I'm like, what is it? I mean,
let's see if you know what does CDL stand for.
Certified driver's license.
Okay, well, first of all, you got that wrong. But no, it's commercial driver's license.
Commercial.
But that isn't even what I was talking about. I was talking about the CDL. The CDL, like whenever you're doing the walkthrough, they say to look for CDLs. What is CDL? And this is why you didn't pass. Cracked, damaged, or loose.
It's been 5 years since I looked at that, dude. I drive a semi all the time. I probably have driven one. I can't tell you how much more than you have around here.
Hey, I'm not disagreeing with you. Cole has driven grain down to the city. He's driven a semi all over the place because you don't have to have a CDL if you work on a farm.
I've stayed within 100 miles.
Yeah, it's within 100 miles. You don't have to have a CDL. Just pointing it out there for the critics.
Yeah, or whatever it is, 150 or something like that from your closest farm.
Yep, if you're driving a farm vehicle. But you know what? I've got that commercial driver's license on my license.
You do. You really put it to use.
And I may have burnt the clutch out of an old water truck, but
that's
it
right.
paid off because I passed my test.
Now you're just getting every ticket is going to be double for you.
Guess what? Guess when the last time I drove a semi was?
Well, it don't matter. You get pulled over in your other vehicle too. You got.
No, I know, but guess when the last time I drove a semi was?
Probably the day I
took the test. Yeah. I haven't been in one since.
Well, I remember why you wanted to go get yours because I was just gonna get mine just to have mine.
Yeah.
And then I got mad that guy just failed me, so I never want to go again because it pissed me off because I stood out there for 45 minutes in the rain talking about
pouring rain.
It was pouring rain. I stood out there for 45 minutes.
Absolutely pouring.
I talked about every single thing around that truck and trailer I could talk about, and he told me I didn't use the right verbiage and wouldn't even let me drive it. And then I got in and drove it home, and I pulled us out, and I drove home.
Yeah, after my
they
test,
would
Cole
never
drove
let
us
me
back.
go because they couldn't understand a thing I was saying.
I was like, "Are you serious?"
Do you have your CDL?
No, I do not.
Oh, Tess.
I know.
But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah.
No, that's Anyways, but yeah, I burnt the clutch out of an old vehicle, but you know what? Paid off because I got my test.
See, he got it.
So, going back to the McBee Dynasty, Tess.
Yes.
You have been a second mom to all of us boys, like you've literally been around since I was 9 or 10.
You guys are pretty little.
Yeah.
Kohler Bean was still sitting on his daddy's lap.
Yeah, you were still in diapers.
And he had the whitest little hair. He was so cute.
So that's probably, that's pushing
He's a
20
little
years.
thing.
3 or 4, so 22
Yeah,
years.
3 or 4, yeah. 3 or
20
4.
plus years you've been here. And Tessa has been a part of the farm since my dad first bought his very first tract of 398 acres, I think, back in 98.
We was less than 800 acres when I come to the farm.
Yeah. So we were a very small operation, just a couple people, couple farm hands working. And Tessa has seen the growth, all the ups, many of the downs.
Yeah.
She's been a part of them all. I remember whenever Cole was living up at Dad's lodge, and the deal was made between my dad and mom, who were together at the time, that my dad would have to stay at the farm. Cole wanted to move up here to go to high school in Gallatin. And the rule was my dad always had to stay at the lodge, which is his house up here, in order for Cole to make the move. Well, my dad was busy.
Well, actually, it was you or my dad.
My dad or
You
I.
were in college.
Yeah, I was in college.
Because I was going to it was like I was 16, so you would have been 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either my dad or I had to be at the lodge because mom didn't trust Cole to live
Well,
at a
then
really
you were
nice
going
house
on
by
every
himself.
hunt in the world whenever I couldn't go on because you were all over.
Yeah.
Like out of town all the time.
Jesse and I were filming a hunting show, so we were always gone. My dad was working down in the city, and sometimes he would just be like, I don't feel like driving up to the farm. So Cole pretty much had free reign of the lodge by himself at
Pretty
16
much.
years old.
Pretty much.
Do you remember some of the Snapchats, some of the videos you got of the parties Cole would throw at the lodge?
Yep.
It would be a random Tuesday, and there'd be every high schooler from 4 counties around Davies
You're
County
get
that
some
would be
people in
there.
trouble in here, man. No,
Like
they're-
250 people at the lodge.
Oh, yeah, for real, because the neighbors were calling and complaining to me, what's going on, because the vehicles are parked,
parked down the
all way
road.
down the road.
And the nearest neighbor from the lodge is
Yeah.
almost a mile. So that means there was cars
Quarter
lined up
mile.
down the drive for almost a mile on a gravel road.
It wasn't a mile, but it was a lot of cars.
I mean, it was a long ways.
It was a long
There,
ways
there
on
were
both
some
sides.
nights. There was a few nights that I got a little out of control. I was like, okay, this is probably a little.
You
Yeah.
didn't even know half the people there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
They were like people telling me they drove an hour and a half, 2 hours to come. I was like,
They seen
Oh,
on social media.
yeah,
remember?
Yes.
well, it would get posted on Snapchat stories. And I'd be like,
Yes.
just people would show up, start posting it. Next thing you know, like random people would show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Why do I picture you walking out like in a big like fur coat with like a, like you thought you were the king?
I told everybody it was my house. I'm like, I own this place, man.
The worst was when it was really bad was that big party you had. And do you remember what all happened? What all got tore up that night? You bet you remember.
You mean the kid that drove the golf cart into
Yes.
the pond,
Yes.
then hopped
Maybe
in
a
one of
little-
our tractors to try and pull the
Yes.
golf cart out of the pond, but by getting in one of our
Yes.
tractors, wrecked it into a grain trailer,
Yes.
totaled the grain trailer, and then wrecked the tractor after that.
Yeah, it was very bad. And then remember they tore up even the pool pump.
Oh, yeah.
Even the pool pump. I don't know what they was doing with the pool pump.
So Tessa would have to cover. So, moral of this story
yes.
is
Now you're gonna get me in trouble.
Tessa was around for all of these
Well, I
crazy
just want to say
parties.
something. That one was not just me. You were at that one too, and Jesse.
Now the
Or not
truth
Jesse,
comes
you
out.
were.
I was at that one. I'm
Yeah.
not
You
gonna
got to blame all
No,
these.
the other one for me, that was like, that was a long time ago. I was still living down the city when we did that
Yeah,
one.
it was a long time.
Yeah,
you
because
know,
they
it's
brought everybody up from the city on that
15,
one.
16, yeah.
I had to.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it, but I was there for that one.
Yeah, you were there. I was
That
gonna
was
say.
so bad.
But
I might
Tessa,
have been like,
Tessa would be the person we would call and say, "Hey, Tessa," or Cole would call Tessa, and I would sometimes too. Would be like, "Hey,
Yep.
Tessa, we're having some people over." We'd always just say, "Yeah, just a few people over."
Yeah, a couple
a few
people.
hundred.
Yeah.
So if Dad calls you, just say that we're not, really doing anything. We just have a couple friends over, and we may need some help cleaning up tomorrow.
Yeah. Or you'd say, is Dad going out of town tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Is Dad going anywhere this weekend?
Do you know if my dad's going to be around the farm
Yeah.
tonight?
Yeah, and you'd say to have your a couple friends over, and what would I always say? Oh my gosh, be careful! Do not leave the place. If so,
Correct.
help me. If anybody's drinking, please call me or Uncle Jimmy.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! So yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
Tess
I
and
remember
Uncle
one
Jimmy
time-
was our go-tos.
I mean, I would clean up everything. Me and my couple of my buddies, we would like go around the house. We knew because Dad was coming home.
Yeah.
We left one time. He showed up, and we thought we had everything clean. We're just chilling. And I'm sitting out there walking by him, and I'm talking to him. I look over, and there's 2 beer boxes on top of his nice bush that he just trimmed, sitting on it. Somehow we missed them. Do you remember? He looks over, and he sees it, dude, and I can't, because you know how he is about his
yeah.
yard and his,
Oh,
like,
yeah. He's very meticulous about
yeah,
his
and
yard.
he was already looking because he thought I did something, so he's like looking around, seeing what it was, and he's like, everything looks good, and then I'm talking to him, I see it behind him, and he turns around, and there's literally 2 beer boxes stuck into the top of his bush. Right
Yeah,
there
I knew it
beside
was
his
getting
house.
serious when that there was beer shoved underneath you in you guys' bathroom, underneath the
in the
sinks,
cabinets, yep.
and in the cabinets. I was like, okay, so it's probably a little bit more than a couple kids coming over here.
Hey y'all, let's talk about Schaefer Outfitter, a brand I have been very proud to wear for over 5 years now, and the newest sponsor of Meet the McBees. They've been making high-quality Western wear, ranch wear, and workwear since 1982, and doing things the right way. Family-owned with authentic roots and an emphasis on quality and value. For me, there are times when quality clothing will be the difference between a good day's work and a rough one. When I'm in my Schaefer, I know it's going to fit right, be comfortable, perform in any condition, and hold up to whatever I'm dealing with not only that day, but the next day and for many seasons to come. Check out their new fall arrivals at SchaeferOutfitter.com and use code McBee for 15% off your first order. Support the show, support a great company and sponsor. Again, that's code McBee during checkout at SCHAEFER Outfitter.com. Schaefer Outfitter, for land, for life, since 1982. Tessa would always help, and she would not, like, Tessa would take it to the grave. She would not tell my dad that we had anything. We'd call her and be like, Tessa, we need some help cleaning up. It got a little out of hand. Tessa would come over and help us, and wouldn't tell our dad.
I think Tessa would just knew. Dad was pretty.
Yeah.
Back then, especially, he
was a firecracker.
So she probably was like, it's
yeah.
just better for everyone if
Yeah,
I just
that's
go.
exactly how I was
I know.
too. Because your daddy would get so mad. How many times I go back for you kids?
Nonstop. And then if he
'cause
did find out, we'd call you and be like, Tess, you got to go calm him down.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
Tess would be the mediator. She'd go over there and be like, Steve, boys will be boys.
Yeah,
and
I was like,
you'd give him like the talk, and he'd start to calm
Yes.
down, and we'd call you, and we'd be like, is it safe to go back there?
Yeah, a couple times I thought he was going to fire me because I went to bat for you boys. And you go, oh, Dad won't fire you. I said, well, today may be the day. Remember that?
Tessa's put
there's a few of
her
those.
career on the line multiple
us.
times for us.
Oh, boy.
There was one time, Cole, Jesse, and I think a couple of our other buddies, this was a day after we had one of these little hangouts, and we were back, like, the first pond behind the lodge, which is probably a half mile. We were fishing, and we didn't hear anything. My dad pulled up to the lodge. He just got back in
I think
town.
it was Bradley that was with us.
Yeah, it was Bradley.
Bradley.
And all of a sudden, we're a half mile from the lodge, and we hear Dad screaming, and we're, like, all looking at each other, and we're like, we can't go back there.
Oh, dear Lord.
But the problem is, he calls me. Because he thinks it was just me. Like, everybody's there. Steven, Jesse, everybody, he calls me because he thinks it's going to be just me.
We stayed out there. We were about done fishing for the day. I think we stayed out there another 6 hours.
Yeah.
We're like, we
I
can't.
had to leave, though. I had to go up there because he called me. So I had to go up there. I get yelled at. And then I was at Iowa State at the time because I just left for college. So it was like a
remember
Sunday, and I
that.
wasn't going to go back till the next morning. I got my truck. I left. I went to my dorm. I thought this is better than
I'm
staying
outta
home.
here.
We just stayed out on the farm. We're like, yeah, we're not going back to the lodge.
Yeah.
He can get really scary, though, for real.
Oh, man.
Because
you
he
can hear
get-
from a half mile away.
Oh my gosh, I can remember sometimes he'd get so mad. I remember me and you one time, we was over there putting up the deer heads, remember?
At the Red Barn. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, me and Steve, we're just having a good time. We're
Hanging these
decorating.
deer heads, like,
And then he comes,
decorating the house.
yeah, and then he comes in, and me and Steve look at each other, and he is just
Red
fit
hot.
to be tied.
He's red hot.
Steve went out one door, and I went out the other. We're like, see ya.
Dude, I always tell everybody now, I'm like, you guys don't even know. I'm like, the last, 5 to 10 years, he's calmed down
He's
so
a pushover
He
now.
has.
He's a
different
pushover now.
Oh,
The
yeah.
I mean, whenever we were growing up, he was. Oh, you had to.
He had
I
short
think
fuse.
The
Yeah.
closest
Yeah.
you've
Short
ever
fuse.
seen, or anyone's ever seen to, like, probably 20% of how it used to be was the Nashville rooftop. You know, when he
Yeah.
came up there in his
And,
boxers.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, when I seen that, I was like, oh, boss. Boss.
But I do gotta say,
I always get embarrassed for you all. I
we
have to
probably
say.
deserved a lot
Oh.
of it growing up.
You definitely did.
Yeah.
I mean, you were, like, Project X parties at the lodge, like I said, on a random Tuesday night.
It wasn't like that bad.
I remember remember when your dad we'd have hunts or different things like this, and he always liked his carpet a certain way.
Yes.
This is what got Cole caught one time.
This is what got
Yeah.
me kicked out at Steven's
Yes.
house.
Yeah, Cole got kicked out of the lodge, and Dad forced him to move into my basement.
That's because when I would vacuum, it's got to be all perfect. All the carpet has to
Perfectly
lay one
rode,
way.
yes.
Perfectly rode. He calls me up, and I did not know. See, this is one of the times I did not know when
this
nothing
one wasn't
went
that
down.
bad. There was only like 20 or 30 people, but for some reason we decided to hang out inside his living room.
Yeah, so he calls me up. He said, Taz. I said, yes, boss man. He said, did you come over and clean the house? And he said, did you vacuum my, he's freaking smart. Did you vacuum the
Saw
front
the
room? And I
footprints
was
in
like,
the carpet.
I go, well, yes, boss. I knew it. He goes, and he goes at a party over here. There's footprints all over my carpet everywhere.
And
This
that
is
was
the
what
one.
got Cole kicked out.
Yeah.
And that's when it
Well,
went
someone
down.
told him, I can't remember who, but somebody from town called him and said they seen a Snapchat story of a bunch of people inside his house.
We can name drop. It's Jason Chadwick, and now he's back here working.
Oh,
Remember?
that is right. It was Jason Chadwick.
No. Was it Jason?
Yes, it was. I do remember. Yes.
But I don't think Jason knew he was going to be mad about it.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah.
just telling him.
It was
He's
just
just
telling
telling
him.
him, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
but
friend's
because it
over.
wasn't that bad. It was only
Yeah.
like that time. It really was only like 20.
No.
It was like 20 of
Yeah.
my closest friends. And we were all hanging out. But he told me right before he left, I better have nobody over to his house because
Yeah.
it's clean. And I told him I wasn't.
He
gonna
was
have
already on his last chance.
Yeah. But I just was
Oh.
gonna have like my closest friends over,
Nah.
and
And then it kind of grew.
Yep. So the Cole got booted and moved into my basement.
there was like one time a group of people showed up. I remember this, and I told Dad this too because it was always like there was like 15 of us, and then one time a group of like 10 or 15 other people showed up, and that's when the Snapchat story got posted, and all they did was stop by to say what's up, and then they left because they were all in razors, like just driving around,
Right.
and they were only there for like 20 minutes, but that's when the Snapchat story got posted of everybody in there. So it looked like there was like 30 people there, but there really was only 30 people there for like 5 minutes.
I
Right.
see. Just enough
I
to get
remember
plenty
like
of
it was yesterday.
footprints.
Yeah.
So Tess was kind of our cleanup gal that we would always call and say, "Hey, Tess, we need a solid here. Number one, don't tell my dad. Number two, please clean up." So Tess has been around from the very beginning, essentially.
Yeah.
And we've talked for years about how this farm and like what we have going on is pretty wild, and it would make a great reality show.
Yeah.
And I think you were the person that almost manifested this because of how
Yes.
often you would speak about it.
Yeah, and do you remember when they were filming Joe Millionaire, and I was talking to the producers about that, and you was in there getting your little clothes ready because we got all your clothes done. I got
yeah.
stuff ironed, and we got you all packed up.
Yep.
I just it was so funny because I was always like, when they say I'm like your second mama, I'm like I never overstep my bounds, but I just loved you boys from the beginning, and it takes a village to raise good children, So, but anyways, I was talking about, oh my gosh, farming as big as this farm is, what a great reality show it would be. And I come in there to help you, and you go, I know what you was doing. Do you remember telling
You
me?
were planting the seed. She was planting the seed in the minds of producers.
Yeah. Because, it's just, if you live it like we have all these years and you're here on the daily to see, you're part of, I don't know. It's the fabric of America is what I look at as far as the American farmer. And nobody talks enough about the plight of the American farmer and the struggle. Everything is against you. Everything. All the regulations people don't understand. The cost.
The weather.
You can't. Yes, the weather. You're always at the mercy of the elements. You can't never dictate your own prices. They're told, like you said, you do all the work, but then you go to deliver it, to your mill or you down to Kansas City or whatever, and then they say, well, this is all we're going to give you. Thanks for your hard work, and I'm going to profit right off of your back. How long has this been going on, For generations.
50s, 60s. It's crazy.
So then you get this idea. Let's quit playing the patsy. Let's try going somewhere else. Let's do something different. And how many farmers have had to do this? So they work jobs off the farm. Their wives have to work off the farm. You know what I'm
Just to
saying?
support and keep the farm.
You bet. The kids come home from college, much like you guys did. You got to work the farm. If you're going to hang on to the farm, you all got to work. You all got to contribute. And it's dang hard. And that's what I thought. We all talked about this, is that maybe with this show that somehow we could bring a voice to the farming community and let people see just how hard
difficult
it really is.
Yeah, and get a newfound respect for what the American farmer and rancher has to go through on a daily basis.
Every day, yeah.
Granted, with our reality show, I think there are moments that we may not be the best representation. We're very realistic.
you're a family,
we're a realistic
though.
representation. Meaning we don't try to hide and act perfect.
No.
We showcase the good times and the bad
And
times.
the bad,
We've talked
yeah.
about that a lot. And I think that there was a lot of times where Tessa has had to clean up not only for us, but for our dad in his relationships.
Oh, Lord, we don't even talk about that.
And not only in season 2, we go back to season 1, Tessa was there to clean up and try to mediate the situation between Galena and Brooke. Now season 2, you're between Galena and Masha.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think? What goes through your mind when is it my dad that calls you and says, Tess, I need some help here?
Yeah. Can you go drop off some keys and it becomes a whole big deal. I always know it's going to be. And, just like, let's go back to Brooke and Galena the first time around. And I'm sitting there, and I'm a country gal,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm listening to these women a fussing. And I'm like thinking, first of all, country girls would fight a little bit different than them two gals did. You know what I'm saying? There probably would have been some hair flying somewhere,
They're probably yelling at each other saying, your Prada shoes are horrible.
Right.
I hate that color. Who wears that?
Exactly. But in my instance, I can remember when they're arguing and fighting, and I'm thinking, wow, you will never, and as God is my witness, you would never see me fight over a man. If that man is going to mess around on me, I'm like, thanks for doing me a good favor. I'm going to go on to the next one.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I will not fight any woman for a man. I just don't see that. I don't understand that. Now, some women, even even my husband, even with all of our children and stuff, if he loses his dang full mind and steps out on me, I'm going to say, don't let the door hit you on the butt on the way out.
Yep.
I just ain't going to do it. Because, if he is talking to somebody else, and he's entertaining, that's the nice way of saying it.
That's the country
that's the
nice way of saying it.
If he's entertaining another lady friend, well, he's already thought about somebody else. So pick her. That's how I think of it. Choose her. Because you already have, see?
That's the mature way to handle it, Tess.
Yeah. I have a whole different. Now, am I going to get riled up? Yeah, and I'm going to give my man the what for. But listen, I'm going to say, honey, thanks a lot. The what for?
What does that mean?
Haven't you ever heard that? That's why I tell my let me give you the what for.
What for?
So, the what for. Okay, so if you get in trouble. And if you get in trouble and I get out, so I'm going to give you the what for. I'm going to tell you about it, and I'm going to get on to you.
I see now.
And then I'm going to get on to you.
Because a normal person would ask, or not a normal person, but if you're trying to dodge it, you'd be like, well, what for? And then she's going to give you the what for.
You dang right.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Nah.
Where do you get, I'm just going to call them Tessa-isms.
Okay, Tessa-isms.
Tessa-isms.
Okay.
Where do you get some of the stuff, like some of these comparisons? Because you've done this since I've known you.
Yep.
You pull things so off the wall for comparisons or Tessa-isms that I have to sit there and think, like, the what for? Like, I have to actually do a deep think of, like, oh, that makes sense, but I've never heard that.
Well, it's because my roots is in the South. Daddy's family came from Oklahoma.
Okay.
And Mama's family came from Mississippi and Kentucky.
Okay.
You've heard Uncle Jack talk.
Oh, yeah.
How Southern is Uncle Jack?
Very Southern.
Oh, yeah.
All my family's very Southern. We're very deep. Our roots are very deep in Southern tradition and hospitality, as you know, and taking care of people and all that stuff like that. So a lot of the things that I say is just what I was raised up hearing them say. Like dumber than a box of rocks.
Yep.
We all know.
Why'd you look at Cole when you said that?
I was looking at you.
Tessa looked right over at you. She didn't look my way.
I was looking at you.
Fit to be tied.
Yep.
Mad as fire. There's just a lot of things. I think a lot of Southerners.
I think I've heard you say, let a fox in a hen house. You have a madder than a rattlesnake in a...
Better than a wet hen.
Better than a wet hen, yep. There's so many of them that I've heard over the years. I've forgotten more than I can remember. There's a lot, though. And I think...
Off the wall.
I think the viewers are loving Tess. Like, I see comments nonstop about you and my mom, like, y'all are the stars of season 2, and y'all need to be shown a lot more, which I agree with.
Oh, thank you.
Tessa could be a one-woman reality show herself. She used to entertain... So we used to do hunts. Cole and I and Jesse and my dad, we would be the guides. We'd have customers up for some of our businesses, and we'd take them out on our farms, sit with them in a tree stand while they hunted. Tessa would be the camp chef. the entertainment. Like we'd come back to the Red Barn is what we call it after a hunt. Tessa would have this crazy Southern spread of comfort food ready to go for the guys. And then she would even sing. She'd entertain. Like there could be 10 to 12 guys coming in on this hunt, and Tessa would have them all entertained for 3 hours straight, on top of cooking for them.
Yeah, because like after guiding all day, sometimes you're kind of tired.
We're tired.
Yeah,
like our social battery's drained.
You eat dinner, the steak, whatever she made that night, and everything, and then we're out. And then, but you have to entertain people because you're doing a hunt.
And your dad loved it. He said it took all the pressure off.
It took so much pressure off of us.
Tessa would just talk to everyone, and it'd be so nice because we'd just be able to leave and go home. And
I mean this in the most complimentary way. Like
she'd
I'm
be back at
jealous.
4 a.m. doing it again.
Yeah, 4 a.m.
I am actually jealous of this ability. You could talk to and entertain a wall for 3 hours straight.
Yeah, I probably could. I entertain myself every day.
Most people are not used to seeing a gal pull up with a fuel trailer. Most of the time you think of, old farm hands, rednecks. You don't think of like this well-dressed, pretty thing coming up to you, filling your tank up. Tessa has, her entire family is so musically talented, which you and I share a love of music. I have absolutely no vocal talent.
Which a lot of people should learn in this episode. 7.
Oh, really?
Right?
I don't know.
I haven't watched
seen
it
yet.
Where's Nashville?
Oh, does it show anything? Do you know?
Do we know? I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
So
I ain't seen it.
We'll have to see, but
it should.
Tessa comes down to Nashville with us. You're working on an album, so you've been in Nashville. You've been a recording artist. You and your family have traveled the country as a Christian band when you were traveling.
Christian country artist. Yes,
and you are a songwriter. Like you've done all of this for so long, and you finally got the opportunity. You've been talking about it for years
since you guys,
since I've known you.
Yes,
that you can't wait until the day that you get the opportunity to go back down to Nashville and record an album. And that's the start of what we got on this episode.
Yeah, and that was because you boys, and that's what the viewers don't understand. And I don't know if they caught that in season 1. You guys gave me that gift to go down there.
Yep. Well.
So, you give me that push because, you think, I told you guys this in Nashville. You think, well, I'm too old, time's gone by. I had my time. And then, when you guys did that for my birthday, it's like, oh my gosh, my babies believe in me, my adopted babies. I've always called me my bonus babies. And I'm like, I can't let them down because if anything I ever wanted to show my children and you children is this one thing, is whenever you dream something, you do everything that you can to make your dreams come true. Because if I don't try to attain my dreams, what was I telling you boys or even my children? So it gave me that little kick to do it, to get some songs that I've written, some songs that Daddy wrote with me, what a treasure to have that. And then when you guys came in the studio,
that was
awesome.
My
gosh.
That was such a neat experience.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got to see the throwback photo of Tess next to...
terrible.
No, it was great. It was so awesome because you've talked about it to us for years, but we've never seen like you in that environment.
Right.
So getting to hear you sing in the studio and, seeing all of your old friends from Nashville and just how really like nostalgic that studio is. It's in a house. You would never expect that to be a music studio.
Because that's what Music Row, a lot of people don't know that about Nashville, is that's how it all started in houses. Those studios were built in homes because it makes the artist comfortable. There was a reasoning by it. Back then, a lot more people were poor than had money. And so these people would start up these studios and they would have that sound. And when you go in to record, that's what you're looking for, that sound. There's a certain sound that each studio carries with it. Like I said, all the people that's recorded there, I mean, it's like you walk into history when you walk in that little house.
And that's what it felt
studio.
like. It was so cool. I mean,
it was really cool.
Cole asked to sing harmony with Tess on a couple songs. Tessa shot that down immediately.
No, Cole McBee.
We are not vocally talented like Tess and her entire family. On those hunts that I was just talking about, Tess would sing for everyone. Her brother, Travis, who he was with us for years and years and years. Loved Travis so much.
Travis has like one of the best
Travis
voices.
Sounds exactly like Keith Whitley.
Yes.
And Randy Travis combined.
It is
such
so
a beautiful
wild
voice.
hearing him play a Keith Whitley cover because it is just
and he's so good, but he has stage fright.
That's wild to me.
Isn't
if I had a voice
crazy?
like that,
and he's 6'7",
Dude,
I'm like, who are
heard
you scared of?
Like we've heard a lot of our friends just like acoustic sing, like a lot of really good singers, country
Yeah.
singers that have came up and hunted and like they just, we'll sit around campfire and sing.
Mm-hmm.
Travis is as good as anyone
Anybody.
I've ever heard.
Anybody.
Like,
Absolutely.
he can sing so good.
I know. I tried to get him down to Nashville with me. I begged him. I said, I'll pay for everything. You just come down and record with me. I want you to be on this album. Nope.
How does someone that talented have stage fright? Because he is unbelievable.
I
And
know.
you look at Cole, no stage fright to dance, even though the dancing skills are a little rough. Did you see that, Tess? Did you see him dancing?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Cole's dancing
Well,
skills?
it was quite entertaining, honey.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't drink that much anymore.
No, I almost called you. I told Steven, I said, I almost called you boys, but I said, I figured your mom probably took care of it.
I feel like what people don't understand is I went like years of, like having fun with my friends and none of it being filmed, not all of it,
Right.
where you do embarrassing stuff, but like,
Yeah.
It only makes a Snapchat video.
the next morning you're like, that wasn't as embarrassing as I thought it was,
Right.
you just kind of move past it in the morning afterwards when you're done drinking. Now, my whole life gets filmed for 3.5 months at a time, and I don't realize how embarrassing I am sometimes, but
Yeah.
Did you see Cole crying in the backseat of the car?
Yeah, I did.
And let me ask you, is that the first time you've seen Cole cry over the years?
No.
I didn't think so. Cole tries to act like he's like, I don't cry. I'm too tough to cry.
But in his defense, he was littler. He was a little thing.
that was the last I was young.
Yeah, he's a little thing. Oh boy. But there were times, I seen you boys heartbroken, with tears in your eyes when you got older. Yeah.
It's true.
So
Why
I just
me?
want-
Why am I catching the heat?
You always went through all the heartbreak.
Hey, I will.
Yeah.
Tessa has always been there for me. She's been through some rough breakups that I've had. I had a high school sweetheart that I was with for 7 years. We ended up breaking up. She's an amazing girl. Still, her family's so sweet.
They're wonderful.
Still, like her dad still comes up and hunts. But
Oh yeah.
Tessa helped me through that one. Helped me through a couple other breakups in between. Obviously, this last one with Kala, Tessa was there. I think it was like a full-on effort from everyone in my family.
Yeah.
And probably still to this day.
And it just aggravated the fire out of me when she tried to say that everything was so easy for y'all. And I was like, I was mad. I got to be honest. And I don't get riled up too often. And I was like, oh, Lord, you weren't there. The audacity of this little gal saying that really riled me up. I was like, I was there. I seen the pain. I seen the struggle. I was there. People thinks that wealth just magically happens. I mean, your daddy had nothing.
I know it.
Nothing. Your parents worked hard. When I came into the family, working for you all, I was like, man, these people are just the most beautiful little family. And I thought, man, they are driven. I mean, how hard they work. You guys as children were driven, especially you. You's the firstborn. I always identified with you because I was the firstborn, and you guys got caught in the middle of a bad relationship, that was so hard on you boys, and it would just break my heart. And I remember telling you boys, if I could do anything, if I could change anything for you, I would do it. So for people to say that it was easy for you, they have no idea. I've seen how your dad made you boys work. And I mean work,
Tessa's going full mama bear here.
Yeah. So I could go on and on. But, to say that it was ever easy,
Yeah.
it still isn't easy.
No.
It still isn't
Still
easy for
hard.
and you guys are still fighting for everything that you got.
Yep.
And you're still living these moments that is hard, dang hard moments.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That people have no idea what you're going through right now.
Well, thank you, Tess. Appreciate that.
Sorry, I had to just say it.
Tessa has always been our biggest supporter, and like
Absolutely.
we said multiple times, a second mom to us. And to me, what I've been so happy with is the audience reactions to you and how much they love you. Because we've
that's
known how
very
special
sweet.
we've known how special you are for 20 plus years now. But to be able to showcase that on national TV, it's pretty neat seeing the reception that everyone has. They are all like, Tessa is the star. Like, what a personality. Guaranteed, I have no doubt you're going to get your own spinoff show. But in future seasons of this, like, you need to be at the forefront. You need to be with us in every single scene, helping us because we need your help. But yeah, it has just been such a joy to be able to showcase you. It's like my mom. We were so happy. We're like, hey, we have got 2 really special women here that we want to showcase to the world because they are one of very, very few across the entire world. So we're so happy to have you be a part of our family. And
my pleasure.
You know, anyone that wants to get to know Tessa, she is on Instagram.
Yes.
Do you know your username? Like the @?
Lawler Tessa. I think
At Lawler Tessa.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
so give
Tessa.
at
Yep.
Lawler Tessa a follow.
Yes.
Or come up to the meat facility in Lamoni
And you see me.
and you'll see Tessa. So she's working the retail area. So if you go in and shop for some meats,
Yeah.
Tessa will be there to entertain you, to help explain
Yes.
all of the products we have there at the meat facility.
Absolutely.
She is such a joy to work with. Or if you order online and you call in to the meat facility or any like customer service related things,
That's me too.
Tessa right now.
That's me.
So, at least right now, I don't know. We'll probably grow beyond where Tessa can handle it all herself. You know, this album release she has, it may end up being the next career move. She may be out of
I have
it.
to go to Nashville for a few years.
The meat facility may be a temporary position, but no
I
matter.
could never leave you boys. Let's
I
just
know.
establish that. I mean, listen. I'd be too worried if I left you boys.
You have said that for years. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I will do whatever I need to do to help you boys.
Yes,
Like from
for always.
from camp chef to entertaining the customers on hunts to fuel gal
Yeah.
to now the meat facility retail. Like you are like the utility player of our team. Like it doesn't
it
matter
all.
where we need you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the Renaissance woman.
Shoot, I go back and I even package meat. Now I'm labeling it.
I got this photo the other day. Jesse Stretch told me not to show you
Oh,
this.
that jerk! He did not. I tell you what. I told him. I said, "You don't be taking pictures. I look like a ninny in that outfit."
Let me see here. Let's see if we can find this.
Oh, let's burn it. No, it's terrible.
I love that. Tessa will do whatever it takes to make this farm successful.
Absolutely, whatever capacity that is. Yo.
Tessa, thank you so much for coming on here. We
my
appreciate
pleasure,
you.
boys.
We love you. And
Love you
this
boys,
has
too.
been probably the easiest podcast we've had. I think most of them, Cole and I are looking at the. We have like our little phone.
Like, we hit 30 minutes.
We hit 30
finally,
minutes and we're like, okay,
what else are we gonna talk about?
what else are we gonna talk about? This one we could probably go for the rest of the day and
Yep.
not even think about it. But thanks again, y'all. Follow us. These podcasts drop every Tuesday on YouTube and every other podcast listening platform. New episodes of Meet the McBees. We've got, by the time this plays, 3 left because it'll be episode 7 that plays. Yeah, so we've got 3 left.
Yep.
8, 9,
And that's
10.
the end of the season. So we're coming up on the finale. There's so much more to come on these last few episodes.
Boy.
And hopefully a lot more to come from the McBee Dynasty, from Mrs. Tessa Lawler. And we're just excited to be able to showcase everything we've got going on, the special people we have around the farm. Thanks y'all so much, Tess.
Thank you, honey.
Have a good
for coming
day.
on, Tess.
We
Two
appreciate you.
sweethearts. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
See y'all.